Tommy's secret.
Don't you know, a human brain can only hold a handful of secrets before it explodes.
The boy will have steam coming out of his ears, said the ancient wizard furiously. Doesn't sound great, does it? I mean, secrets can be fun, but exploding heads? Oh, not so much fun. Let's go back to the start of the story. In some classes, you have the cool kids and the, well, not so cool kids. Tommy was not one of the cool kids, but he really wished that he was. But whenever he tried to join in with them, well, it didn't usually go well. One Friday, he spotted Dale, the coolest of the cool kids, getting ready to go home. He knew it was Dale's birthday on Saturday. Hope you have a good birthday. Yeah, fine, should be good, mumbled Dale. Having a party? Dale shrugged and then turned away. Why are you always trying to get him to like you? He's never been nice to you, said Tommy's friend Alex. Alex wasn't cool either, but the difference was Alex didn't care. At all. Monday morning came and all the cool kids in the class had been raving about Dale's party. They'd had Nerf battles and cake, so apparently he had a party and Tommy was not in on the secret. He was fuming. The next day, Tommy was walking home through the park and he saw all the cool kids playing football together. He literally asked half an hour earlier if anyone wanted a kick around in the park after school and no one had answered. Now here they were doing it without him. He ran after them, but they ran to the other side of the park. He plodded home sadly and moaned at his mum about it. I wish I could read their minds, hear all the secrets. Oh, then I wouldn't be left out. He didn't realise that a small pixie was just passing by and heard those words. This was going to be important, but to find out why, we need to go into the deep dark forest and find a magical being, the Secret Keeper. We met him at the start. I said he was a wizard, but technically he wasn't. He was a bit like a wizard, but his ears were much too big. His amazing skill was that he could hear all the secrets whispered around the world. Lots of secrets are fun and exciting, like when you're planning a surprise for someone. Other secrets, way more. These are secrets like knowing you've done something naughty. And some secrets are the heaviest of all and can really hurt people. The wizard tried his best to help when secrets went bad or started to hurt people, and here's how he did it. He would cast a spell to wind into their dreams, urging the person to tell someone they trusted. Telling someone you trust can break the spell of a bad secret, and he'd whisper this truth in dreams and hope he'd make a difference. But anyway, most secrets were the fun, exciting, surprise kind of secrets, or the ones that didn't weigh very much at all, not the big scary stuff. But he had a big problem. He was ill. He had a terrible cold, and his head was so bunged up he couldn't hear a thing. This meant the secrets went unchecked, and he worried about this as he tossed and turned in a fever. Darcy was a small pixie. We met her just now eavesdropping on Tommy. She kept the Secret Keeper company, usually, but now she was worried. The Secret Keeper getting weaker, as all the secrets whooshed in and around the room, trying to be heard. I must find someone to listen in to all the secrets for a while so the Secret Keeper can rest, she thought. She was too small, but a human might be able to do it with a little pixie dust. So when she heard Tommy saying how much he wanted to hear secrets, well, it seemed like an obvious solution. Oh, brilliant, she thought delightedly. This kid really wants the job. After thinking things through a bit more, she thought that perhaps Tommy should only get the simple secrets. After all, he was only a kid. Psst, she said from the windowsill. Psst. Tommy turned and jumped in surprise to see a tiny pixie tapping on the window. Bemused, he opened it and let her in. What are you? No time for that. Long story short, we need someone to listen to the secrets on the wind whilst the Secret Keeper gets better. What's a Secret Keeper? Tommy said. What do you think? They train elephants at the circus. Duh! No. They listen to everyone's secrets, of course. So, are you up for it or not? She tapped her foot impatiently. Tommy, although still quite perplexed about this rather sarcastic pixie, felt excited. Oh, don't worry, Darcy added. You just get the basic secrets. Nothing about secret criminal masterminds or anything scary like aliens planning to take over the world. Just your everyday basic secrets. Tommy was more than happy with this. After all, the kids in the playground weren't exactly criminal masterminds. Their secrets were silly and just involved leaving him out. Annoying, but not scary. and he was excited to know that he would finally be able to hear them all. He'd never be left out again. Hang on, did you say aliens are planning on what? Darcy put her hand over her mouth and looked sheepish. Oh, no, nothing at all. Just a completely random example, totally made up. And even if they were, it wouldn't work because they're the size of ants and so wouldn't be able to catch much even if they did exist, which they definitely don't. No, seriously, honestly, they're not around. Tommy decided this pixie was clearly bonkers, but agreed to do the job. And with some pixie dust, it was done. Darcy returned to the secret keeper's cottage in the wild woods and mopped his feverish brow and was pleased to see the secrets on the wind ebbed to a gentle breeze. At first, it was brilliant. Tommy heard so many secrets. Some were surprising. Secrets on the wind that told him that Mrs. Potts, the form teacher, was going to have a baby. He didn't tell anyone, of course, but it made him feel special to know something so nice. Some were quite boring. Millie in his class had hidden her sister's favourite Pokemon card even though her sister thought she'd lost it. Brogan was secretly worried he'd fail his tests. I mean, Brogan was so clever, he'd been Star of the Week for a record 17 weeks in a row. He'd probably ace the test. It was weird to think people weren't always as confident as they seemed. Best of all, the very next day, he heard Dale, the coolest kid around, thinking about the secret water pistol fight planned for the skate park. Jackpot. They were surprised when Tommy turned up with his water pistol and wondered who had blabbed the secret. They grudgingly let him join in for a bit, and Tommy was ecstatic. The next day he heard the secret of where they were planning to meet out after school, the coffee and cake shop on the high street. So there he went, and hung out for a grand total of 5 whole minutes before the boys sloped off. They just don't want to be around you. Not really, said his friend Alex. Well, I can't help it if I happen to turn up in the park or the high street. Alex had no idea what Tommy was up to, but was worried. Want to come round later? Play PlayStation? Said Alex later that week. We haven't chilled out for ages. But Tommy was too distracted even to answer. Another secret Nerf battle was planned and he would be there. Alex slumped his shoulders and went home, thinking about things and wishing they could change. He missed his friend. In fact, things were about to change. That night, Tommy woke up in the dark to find one secret carried on the wind, louder than any of the others he had heard. It was a secret his friend Alex had been keeping. I don't think I want to be friends with Tommy anymore, it said. Tommy was shocked. The words repeated over and over. Anymore, whispered so sadly it made Tommy feel sad too. He huddled in the covers and thought about the cool kids. Alex was right. They never really wanted him around. He wished he'd never started hearing the secrets and wondered how you would find a pixie when you needed one. Fortunately, a pixie was very much on the way. The secret keeper had recovered, and when he found out that Darcy had given the secrets to a kid, he'd gone totally bananas and bellowed at her furiously.
A human brain can only manage a handful of secrets before it explodes.
Actually explodes?
Not literally, but it will do them no good.
Sort it out before steam starts coming out of his ears. So just as Tommy was feeling gloomy, who should appear but a guilty-looking Darcy, and with another sprinkle of pixie dust, the noises and whispers stopped, and Tommy could sleep. The next day he found Alex and said he was sorry he ignored him and wondered if he was still up for PlayStation later on. Alex smiled and looked relieved. Are you sure there's no secret Nerf battles to crash? Tommy shrugged. No idea, and even if there are, well, I'd rather hang out with someone who actually likes me. What was I thinking of? And they laughed as they walked home, and Tommy didn't even notice the cool kids playing football in the park. So that's the story of Tommy's secrets. I wonder if you would ever want to hear other people's secrets. It might be fun, but like Tommy, you might hear something you don't want to know. Got an idea for a story? Tell us the title at funkidslive.com/Storyquest and we could bring your story to life. For a new story each week, make sure you hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss a single episode. And we are with Micah, who gave us the story, The Secrets of Tommy. Micah, you've got to tell us, what gave you that idea for a story name?
Because Tommy's my favourite Power Ranger.
What colour Power Ranger is Tommy now?
He's been way more than one. He's been
What's your
green once. then white, then red twice, then black.
Now, didn't Tommy, he was a green Power Ranger, but then he became evil and then he came back as white. Isn't that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Awesome. So we've got Tommy, the secrets of Tommy. What was your favourite part of the story?
When the wizard got mad.
Very mean, mad wizard. If you saw a mean, mad, angry wizard, what do you think you would do?
Lee just do it Billy Armors to him, which would knock him out.
Oh, what, do you have magical powers and a wand? No. So I don't know if Expelliarmus would work, if I'm honest with you, Micah. Who was your favourite character in the story?
Tommy.
What did you like about Tommy?
That he got to be the secret keeper.
When you sent us the story idea for Tommy because of the Power Ranger that is your favourite, had you any idea of the type of story we would write? Did you think it might be a bit more Power Rangers-y?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we love Tommy the Power Ranger through all his different colours, but we wanted to do something different with it. Hang on. If there was a second story, if there was The Secrets of Tommy 2, what do you think would happen?
He would be a Power Ranger.
Okay. What colour would he be?
Gold.
It's been an absolute brilliant joy to chat to you, Micah. I'm so glad that you enjoyed The Secrets of Tommy, and we'll see what happens. If you have any stories, again, Micah, make sure you send them to us, okay? Got an idea for a story? Tell us the title at funkidslive.com/Storyquest, and we could bring your story to life. For a new story each week, make sure you hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss a single episode.